Hi everyone, TGIF. This is probably the fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh time I try to record this. I want to get this out to all of you because it's such a worthwhile tool when you're working on your online presence and using Facebook and or Instagram. I am Renee from ETC, Earth Trend Creations. Welcome to our second recording. Today we're going to be talking about Business Suite. I've gone ahead and opened up my Earth Trend Creation Facebook page. It's important to mention that this specific program helps you manage Facebook page and Instagram accounts, not the Facebook groups. So, without further ado, off to your left-hand side, under Manage Page, you have the option to click on Business Suite. I've already opened one, so we're going to go into that one. If you don't see it on your left-hand side for whatever reason, more than likely you're going to see it here, create and schedule posts, manage your inbox, view insights, and more in Facebook Business Suite with a click to go here. So we're going to go into Facebook Suite, Business Suite. On your home page, you have quite a few options to choose from. You can create a post, create a story, or promote. Promote brings you to Ads Manager, or I believe, let's give this a try. Yeah, create an ad. So automated ads, choose a goal, boost. So both ads and boost, which will be a topic for a future video for us. But for now, I'd rather leave it at the general Facebook Business Suite. So off to your right-hand side, you'll see a little bit of a rundown as to what your insights are looking like, the trends. It'll give you an idea of who your audience is, who, what, where, when, why. And then right below, sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth, but right below create your post, you'll have your to-do list. So this is where you'll find your unread messages, your comments on your posts, and things like that. Right under that, you'll see a list of recent posts. If you click on here, you'll go to another screen or another page that lists all of your posts. Of course, you have to scroll down, click on see all your posts again, and pretty soon you'll find your first post, your first original post when you created the page. Under that, you can click here to once again be brought to your Ads Manager. And if your call to action button, which is, message us underneath your Facebook cover, the banner picture that you've chosen for your business page, under that you'll have message us or call us or visit our website or book an appointment or book now. And right here, this is where you'll be able to access that. Actually, let's go have a seat. Okay, so create a new appointment. If we had appointments booked, almost ready to assume appointments people book or request with you will appear here. There you go. So under home, I won't click on it because then you'll see the names and photos of people who have commented on my posts or liked or engaged in whatever form. So I want to keep that confidential. I won't click on that, but that's where you'll see that. Right underneath it, same thing. By clicking on it, I'd be showing you who's been communicating with me. I want to keep their identity private. Under that, we will find the calendar. I will come back to that because I want to spend the majority of our time on that. So under that, we're going to find posts and stories. I will click on that because I want to give you a look to see what you'll find. So both platforms are showing, and it's a general sort of feed that you see for both, which is great because it's got that versatility, right? It's a one-stop shop where you can go see what you've created in the last while on both at the same time. You can be more specific, go into posts, both published and scheduled, and you can choose your platform. If you're looking to audit your Instagram platform more specifically, then you can do that. You can also provide a time, like if you're looking for posts that you created sometime in the second week of April, then you can You can be that specific. So customized columns, it's up to you how you want to see it, your content on this page and what's important to you. Some people want to keep an eye on how much they've boosted. Some people want to keep an eye on the reach. You can put it right at, you can make it to whatever you want to see. Depending on the agency that you're working for, sometimes their needs are going to be very specific. So this is incredibly useful. And if you don't spend a lot of time diving into and digging into these programs, you might not have otherwise known. Stories is another one. Your active stories, obviously, and feed and grid is what we started with. But if you want to be more specific and go into photos, there's that option as well. So commerce is where you would find your store. If you are a business that is selling a product, then this is where your photo albums with your products and your online store would be, your connections for payment, so on and so forth, catalogs, your ads, your insights, everything you can find on here on the commerce one. Ads is another link to go to at your ads manager page. Insights, again, more specific, way more, off to your left-hand side with all the other options. And then more tools is very, very elaborate. And that would be another video to offer you. I would definitely recommend, in previous video tryouts, I would say you need to spend the time. I don't know what you need, but I would definitely recommend and suggest that you set aside a bit of time. You go in here and you make sure that your settings are to better represent and not better represent necessarily, but are set to fit the company, fit the business that you're working for. Your security settings are tightly set. Your business settings, they're very specific to the client you're representing. So there are quite a few options to go through, and it will be time consuming. This is why I'm saying set aside a bit of time to go through these. Events manager, that can be pretty elaborate, so do spend the time. Settings is another quicker way of getting to the security and whatnot. Help Center, definitely one of the things about Facebook and Instagram that I struggle with the most in managing several accounts at a time is that you can never reach a live person. If I had anything on my wish list for this when it comes to Facebook and Instagram is exactly that, to be able to talk to a live person and problem solve with them or have them take over. I think I would pay to get some things addressed sometimes because it does get pretty complex. There's still some things 5 years after the fact that I'm not having addressed that are just sitting there on the back burner because even with email, they've not been able to rectify the problem. So, but they are accessible through email. There are your minimal minimal problems, tiny problems will be addressed through email. The ones that I've been dealing with are quite complex, but your everyday can definitely be helped through email. And underneath that, your give feedback option. I do really, really recommend that. The reason being, I was selected, we were a group of about 18, approximately 18 people across the world who were asked to participate in a beta testing group for the new face of Facebook. So the latest revamp of Facebook, I got an invitation as one of a group of 18 to share my opinions, and we got paid to provide the feedback on certain features that were updated and the new facelift, for lack of a better explanation. And this is why I'm saying provide feedback if there's an issue that you're having while managing a page on Facebook or even Instagram. Provide the feedback because there's a huge likelihood that you're not the only one, and you adding to that feedback could potentially make the difference. So do use the Help Center, do use the feedback. I greatly encourage it. Going to the calendar, and I must say at this point, don't judge me. I am a social media manager. In managing several accounts, I tend to neglect my own. So you'll see that this is quite bare. I sheepishly admit to letting this fall to the wayside while I pay the most attention to my clients. They're grateful, but my online presence isn't, so don't judge me. So there are two views on the calendar. Your weekly view that you can scroll through here, going forward or backwards, and your monthly view, same option, April, March. See, I wasn't bad in March. April came by, that was after fiscal. No excuses. So going back to weekly, so you go ahead and click on the day or the days after. You can schedule 2.5 months worth, unless that's changed, because we all know that Facebook is constantly changing. But from what I've gathered presently, you can still post quite a bit of content beforehand. And this is really good because if you know that you've got a busy period coming up, then go ahead and create your content. I use Canva, swear by it, love it. Don't rely much on others. I even do video content on Canva. I do use Movavi, and which is what I'm using right now. Thanks, Movavi. Great platform to record the screen. And I do use Storyblocks as well, but my biggest, well, those are my three biggest ones. But first is Canva for graphics. So definitely go click on the date. You can even, once you've clicked on the date, go change it if you've made a mistake. That's no biggie. Go ahead through the calendar. So the reason I'm saying 2.5 months is because it will not let you go any farther. Let's go back to May. We're going to do 15th. I have a set time in the morning. Make sure to visit your insights for the best time to post according to the highest traffic time. For whatever reason, my time is 6:39. It's quirky, I know, and I wear it well. So you can post to the two platforms, but I highly recommend that you post different content for the two different platforms. Reason being, it's two target groups, two target markets. So two totally different age groups, more men on Facebook, and depending on what services or products that you're offering, you might have more traffic, male traffic on your Facebook account if you're, I don't know, specific. I don't want to be sexist or anything like that, so I'm going to not mention any specific stores or products that men would be more prone to visiting, but you'll see in your insights how many of each or unidentified go to your platforms and when. So what I usually do is in Word down here, I usually have a list of hashtags that I've kept up, and I go in and copy and paste, go in here, drop all those hashtags. Make sure to keep an eye on those hashtags, update them, upgrade them when you need to. Add your photo, add your video. Never created a video, probably will because now I see it. Enter location because a lot of people tend to research or search content by location. So definitely add as many details as you can. For the hashtags, they recommend no more than, I believe the latest count is 25. 25 is pretty safe as a number. They've said 30 in the past, but I think they've cut it down to 25. 25 is a good number. It's ample. We usually do probably no more than 20. Sometimes if it's a special campaign, we'll go up to 25, but as a rule, we don't want to overwhelm our followers either. So once you're done creating the content, writing your little caption, whatever the case may be, you go ahead and schedule. And then you go back and you look at the month. You sort of average out what you've done. If you're following a strategy, then you check it, double check it with the strategy that you've laid out, and you're able to follow with your client remotely, which during this period is incredibly useful because they can video, you can share your screen, have them look at the content, and even audit the content with them if they want. It's just it's really useful as a program, a management program, and good for both Instagram and Facebook there's several ways of accessing the create a post option. So I think I've pretty much summed it up. I will leave it at that for this not to be too lengthy, and I will wish you all a great, fantastic day. Make it a great day. If you have any questions that are coming from this video, please, by all means, if there are any questions that have not been addressed within this video, again, don't hesitate to message us either Facebook, Instagram, or email me at earthtrendcreations@yahoo.com. Have an awesome day. Take care.